Sorry I'm late today, guys, and sorry I didn't stream yesterday. I ended up having to work. Ugh. So let's get back to this hunt. I actually need my settings. There we go. See if I can't get lucky and get this dude today. And I did double check this is a full odds hunt because shiny charm does not affect trading. Ugh. And so, you know, there's that. I will be streaming tomorrow because I did not get to stream yesterday. I will not be streaming Saturday because I work all day Saturday. Oh, this week's only just begun and I'm already tired. There's a phone going off on my dad's phone. He's watching one of his short drama things, and it's messing with me because my brain is like, there's a phone going off. And I know it's not an actual real life phone, but there's still a phone going off. Yep, let's get back to it. Sorry, I feel like I haven't been streaming as much as I should. I haven't been streaming as long as I should, but I've just meh. It's just been me lately. It's been me kind of meh. Probably the heat that's starting to get to me. I hate summer. It's nice and to an extent. You know, I don't need it to go away or anything. I just need a house with a very good air conditioner. I have like very little tolerance for heat. Give me winter any day because it is easier to warm up than it is to cool off. It don't feel like we should be almost halfway through June. It does not. It feels like we should be like at the beginning of the month. In a couple of days it'll be the middle of the month, and next week it'll be almost to the end of the month. Jesus. Months go by fast now. That's probably a mixture of a blessing and a curse. We are, what, about 42 days away from the next month's Pokemon Presents. That is what, 4 months and 6 days away from Legends ZA release. So I'm still excuse me, slightly jealous of all you guys who got a Switch 2 upon release. I'm still hoping that maybe if I get lucky I can get one before Legends ZA comes out, but the main goal is, of course, to just have one before Gen 10 comes out next fall. So how weird was it to see a non-Pokemon Game Freak game in the Xbox Fest? Because I know what happens. They've released a few, side games. They have a little team working on side games. Nothing wrong with that, but it's so weird to see them for something other than Pokemon. Ugh. Stay hydrated, folks. The hunt for the Cubone line has just been kind of ridiculous. Like, I got the first one fairly quickly, like the first day even. And then the second one, I was like 2 times over odds. And this one, I'm not even halfway to odds yet because this is a full odds hunt. And if this does go somewhere to odds, it's going to take me a month to get it. Hopefully it won't. I got fairly lucky with the Rattatas and got the first one within like 170 something encounters. And then the second one I got it 1,000 something encounters, I think. Or, well, trades. So hopefully this won't be one that I go, like completely full odds on or just a little under. Hopefully to God I won't go over. I've probably just jinxed myself. Knock on wood. I did remember to save his name as in a list of possible nicknames for Pokemon. And apparently Fantasy Life I has had an update to help fix the camera, which I'm assuming it's letting us get better camera angles, which yay. I'll have to check that out after stream. Sorry about that, my nose itches. And I'm perpetually sleepy because for like the last 5 days I've been up till like ungodly late reading comic books. I actually managed to go to bed before midnight yesterday. I did not go to sleep before midnight, but I went to bed before midnight. Hey Bob, did you get your Switch too? I hope you've had a good day. Mine's not been too bad. I did get kind of frustrated earlier because I had to fight with my capture card for like 10 minutes to get it to not be glitchy. Nice. Are you enjoying it? Is all that extra RAM fun? Because all that extra RAM was glorious when I got my new computer and changed over from my laptop. It makes a ton of difference. Nice. Did you get Mario Kart with it, or are you just playing older games? Should have looked to see if the grocery store had older games. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. And that'll be me when I get it, unless I get it obscenely close to when Legend ZA comes out or after Legend ZA comes out. I laughed the other day. Someone put out a little list of how much companies were game companies were charging for like the upgrade deals for Switch 1 games over to Switch 2. And you get the ones that's like $20 and the one that's $10 and the one that's $5. And then I think Fantasy Life I was an update for it for the Switch 2 was like $3. And it's like, we're just running the entire price spectrum here, aren't we? And I had a laugh with my at my friends the other day, because we were doing the Porygon 2 raid, and I let them know that Legend ZA is $60 for the Switch, and you know, just $70 for the Switch 2. And they're like, yeah, just $70. It's like, okay, look, it's like, I hate the game price ups as much as anyone, but there's always a price up when it goes to a new system. But I got almost 2,000 hours of playtime out of Scarlet and Violet. That is well worth the money I paid for both games and the money I paid for both DLCs. So it's slightly annoying as the $70 price is for the Switch 2. I will be playing this game for a couple hundred hours at least on both either system I get it on. So it's worth it. Some Mario Kart, but not World. Nothing wrong with the older Mario Kart game. I say that like I've played it more than once. Kind of literally. Had a friend, a kind of friend. We're friendly with each other, but we're not like besties. But we're not like acquaintances either. She bought it so me and Mama Blueberry and her husband could play it, and I think we played it once and never played it again. But it was fun. Mario Kart is a pretty fun game. It's not something I can see myself playing enough to warrant buying it. I say that it's like I don't have 6 games on my Switch I bought and just then never touched. Of course, actually, none of those are like big mainline Switch games. They're all like little indie games. I have Eden Dark Tower, which is a little kind of 62-bit, 64-bit adventure style game, and I have one of the Slenderman games because 8 years ago Slenderman was, if the Markiplier stuff was a thing. Then I have Lego Jurassic World, which I bought more because I could take it with me on the go than any other reason. That is my biggest sin with the Nintendo Switch is I see all these games I already have and it's like, oh, I should buy these again so I can just put them on the Switch and take them with me. And I'm not gonna lie, more often than not, if I'm playing my Switch and I'm on the go somewhere, I'm playing Pokemon, Stardew Valley, or Tetris. Because I spent $5 or $10 to be able to play Tetris not online. Hopefully they'll do another Pokemon challenge in Tetris 99. I had fun when they did those. I actually sat down and played them until I had up enough points to get the Pokemon backgrounds. So they did it for Gen 8 and Legends Arceus, I think. I don't think they did it for Gen 9. I was actually fairly decent at it too. I could get it. I only got up to like the top 10 once, but I could make it to like the top 20 or so semi often. Yeah, I'm glad you got your Switch too, Bob. Congratulations. I get the money up for it. I will probably have to make a special trip to get it. Ooh. Excuse me. I did sit down the other day and watch Austin John's video on Switch 2 carrying cases and stuff. And got a fun chuckle whenever he called one hot garbage. Thought I was gonna be smart this morning and was gonna walk my dog early, and I kind of did. I wanted to do it about 9 or so, but someone was mowing the churchyard to the church next to the house, so I ended up having to wait till about 10. And of course, that's when the heat really starts hitting, and it's like, ugh. Like, I'm just as miserable now as I would have been if I had walked her at 3 in the afternoon. Of course, I can take Stella out for a walk, and unless it's like the rainy kind of cloudy out, if there are any kinds of clouds outside, by the time I'm about a third of the way through the walk, all the clouds are gone. Also, how's Polar Bear? How is his leg? I'd ask how you are, but well, how are you in general? I don't quite remember what exactly you hurt the other day. Good. I'm glad he's feeling better. Hopefully you're feeling better as well. Yeah, broke ribs is never fun. I can't say this as someone who's ever broken a rib before, but I have broken like a toe, and I don't think I really broke my finger. This one. But I think I might have busted my knuckle really good a couple years back. Now, Dad, a few years ago, tripped and fell and bruised a couple of ribs pretty bad, so he was sore for a while. Dad's been watching his little drama short things, like as he's wont to do. And he's been watching a bunch of kind of more Asian themed ones, I suppose. I don't quite know which language they're speaking actually, because about the only one I can get a good ear on is Japanese. But I laugh every time kids show up in this and start whining because they're like, it's like, this is the most fake crying. Like, oh my god, it's like the American actors don't do any better, really, but it's just funny. Looked at Dad one day because he's listening to one of the ones where the kid was being really whiny. It's like, man, it's like I'd have shut that kid in a broom closet by that point. He just kind of looked at me and laughed. It's like, look, it's like, this is why I don't have kids. I will take my fur babies. They're enough. I almost tripped over the cat this morning. Literally slid a shoe off, went to take a step, and he was almost laying across one of my feet. So of course, I almost fall. It's like, cat. Like, I'm gonna fling you through the house by the scruff of your neck. It's like, quit being under my feet. Smacked him in the butt a little bit with my foot. Big old eyes. But mother's like, no, quit it. It's like, if I ever trip over you and land on you, I'm gonna hurt you a lot more than I hurt me. Like, me thumping your butt with my foot pales in comparison to if I ever land on you. I would feel guilty for the rest of my life. Stella's not so bad about getting under my feet. She's more likely to lay down, like, by my chair and me not realize she's there, and I go to put my foot down and I touch her and scare the crap out of both of us. Of course, it's warm out now, so she's laying either in Dad's room or on the other side of my bed, hiding in the cool spot by the wall. The animals don't come to snuggle at night anymore. That'll change, of course, when fall rolls around and it starts getting colder again. Alright, almost halfway through this batch. Had to laugh at myself yesterday at work. Cracked my head against a shelf in their... I guess it's technically a pantry, but they use it a bit more kind of like a pantry and a broom closet. It's got their vacuum cleaner and their steam mop and extra stuff to set out in the kitchen and the extra toiletries and stuff. I was bent over getting something, probably an Oxypod or something, out of the extra laundry stuff and cracked my head against the shelf that was above it. And it's like, I'm surprised I didn't knock their little light off into the floor. I've done that like 2 or 3 times. Did you and your sister end up watching your movie? I don't remember what exactly it is you said you were gonna go watch. Weren't you gonna go to like the theater or something and watch something? What was it you said you were gonna watch? Hercules? Yeah? Good. I had a sudden craving for theater popcorn last night. Gotta get something good in at the drive-in so we can go there and eat drive-in food. Which, if I can manage it, I'm gonna poke Dad about seeing the new Jurassic World movie next month. The franchise has gotten a little dumb, but it's the fun kind of dumb, so, you know, I don't mind. Excuse me. I just want a large extra large popcorn with extra butter. And nachos. The cheddar cheese kind of nachos, not the proper white cheese Mexican nachos we get at the local Mexican place. Both are good, but both are good for different reasons. But that'll have to wait. I will say one thing though, the prices over there have stayed nice over the years. I mean, they've gone up a little bit, but not like a whole lot. You can still go over there and like 2 adults and 2 kids and still pay almost exactly what you could have when I was little. I think the price has gone up maybe $2 or $3. Sorry about that. Apparently I've sat down and decided to get sleepy. Alright. Go. What is it? Either enjoy the rest of your evening or enjoy your dinner. And maybe I'll see you tomorrow a little bit during stream. Had a laugh earlier. There's been a little bit of work going on at my uncle's record yard across the road. And Dad was wondering if they were fixing a vehicle. No, they are not. It turns out they're digging a well. Which is okay, I guess well water's really nice. Excuse me. I hate it when I get yawny like this. Yep, another trade. Oh. Wish I'd had Dad stop at the dollar store earlier so I could have got me some more of those berry nerd cluster things. They were good. I actually liked them. Pin must have found him a good spot to curl up and sleep, because usually by now he's pestering me. Either for affection or food. Oh. Oh, I need some sugar. There's no grout between the tiles on this floor. I don't know why my brain just latched onto that, but there's no grout between the tiles in the Pokemon Center floor. That is not how you put down tiles. That is not how that works. Unless they painted the grout, which I guess would be possible. Or that's not tile. No, it'd have to be tile, because it's clearly not wood. And it's probably not some sort of metal flooring. Ooh. I've been watching videos by this YouTuber called DIY Tiff, and I can only remember her name because it is DIY Tiff. It is that simple, and they're just a delight. They are so funny. I get such a good chuckle watching her stuff. Oh, excuse me. I have to get up here in a minute and walk around for a moment or two. I was perfectly good earlier when we were going about town running a couple of errands, paying bills, and getting stuff for spaghetti tonight. Apparently my brain has just turned on me. Still a no-go. I'm looking forward to the new Spider-Man comic tomorrow. It should be tomorrow. I think it's like the second Wednesday of the month when they release the new Miles Morales chapter. It was sooner for the Incursion one. And Spectacular Spider-Man has ended, sadly. I very much wouldn't have minded a bit if they kept that one going. But I did manage to poke around and kind of orient myself, and I read through Blood Hunt and most of Gang Wars and The Young Ultimates. I read through that one yesterday. Which is kind of weird because I think they change art styles like halfway through that comic. I've been making my own list of, okay, here's the Spider-Verse comics, here's the Miles Morales comics, here's the kind of Miles Morales comic tie-ins. At some point in time I might have to post it and share it just to make it easier to navigate. And no, I've done comics and stuff before, just in high school it was manga instead. I had a subscription to Shonen Jump for about 3-ish years, I think. And all my friends realized I got the book a month early. And about a week before they were supposed to come out, because for whatever reason I would literally get like the October in not in October, in September, because that's just how it worked. So I would get the book, I would get to read it that afternoon, and I would go to school, and it would literally make rounds between like 4 of my friends. I had one friend who would sit down and read the chapters he was interested in, like, before lunch or so. He'd generally get it back to me by break. And then after that, it would go to a friend who, had a class next to mine. My issues with Shonen Jump made rounds. Then a week later, it'd be like, hey, can I have my manga back? Oh yeah, here, come on, it's in my instrument case in the band room. I'll meander off into the band room real fast and get it back and go get picked up. I remember when Shonen Jump first started coming out in the US. We used to be able to get it at the grocery store we went shopping at least for a while, and then they like stopped getting it. So my mom did yearly subscription to it for me. It was only like $19 a year at first, and then I think after that it ended up being like $30 a year, which wasn't bad really, considering you would have spent, what were they, about $5 each? Spend about $60 on them in a year, so saving about half the money there. And I started selling Spanish, and she stopped subscribing for it. This is your reward for making straight A's. It's like, look, it's like I still make A's and B's, just Spanish and algebra are kicking my butt. Yep, come on, we're going again. as many times as it takes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Seven, 28, 29, 30. Am I really like 4 ahead? Four times 6 is 24. No, okay, no. That was 29. Yeah, I am like 4 ahead. Okay. All these regular excuse me, all these regular fellows. That happens sometimes. I've been hitting the plus button on an extra time on some of them. I'm always generally usually a couple ahead or a couple behind. Mommy, wake up! I shouldn't make fun of that. Okay, I think I get this trade and the next trade, and then I start counting again, and that should put me fairly back on track. Actually, no, it might be this next trade, because I need 26 more to get to 901. Come on, guys. Don't one of you want to be purple? $24, $25. Okay, that means I should be on 26. This should be 27. In the worst case scenario, I'm 1 off. Some days my brain maths perfectly well, and some day it don't math at all. Need to poke my lady so I can make an appointment to have my side shaved again. They're growing in. They need to be short. So many ghosty boys, so little time. Alright, I am on track. So guys, I broke my favorite knife the other day. Just the blade came straight up out of the handle for it, which made me so sad because that was like my favorite knife to cut up potatoes and stuff with. And Daddy, like, I'll get you a new knife. It's like, but I want this knife. He just kind of laughed at me because I moped for like 5 minutes. Couldn't get the blade to go back in the handle, so it's like, huh. And the handle didn't break or anything. It was perfectly intact. The blade just came out of the handle. It's like, okay then. This chill music probably isn't helping me not be sleepy. And if it was very weird for it to be almost 2 and me to not be at the tail end of the second go round with the trading. But I couldn't help that about 11:50 or so, Dad's like, hey, let's go pay bills and run to town and get dinner. Okay. Let me finish watching this thing real fast. I've only got 3 left to do. Okay. And 30 minutes later, we finally left. Even now, oh, I only have 5 parts in this, and he's still sitting in there watching it, so. And these are like minute and a half long things all done together as a series of shorts. He is not beating the heat. Why the screen likes to tear like that? I've tried to adjust my settings so it wouldn't, but it just did not agree. I had to see if I can poke around a little bit later and fix that again. After I get this box, I guess I could say box. After I get this box finished, I am going to take a quick break, walk around for a minute or two, use the ladies' room. Tease Dad about the youth and their phones. Every once in a while, my brain forgets the shiny is supposed to be purple, and I see the black ones, and it's like, oh, shiny, and then it's like, wait, no. Have to tamp down my expectations. So if I don't have the shiny by the end of this week, I might take a break and go hunt the Goldene line or something, depending, and maybe Staryu and Star. It depends on how long getting the Goldene line takes. But go hunt something else for like a week, and then come back to this, because I mean, it's trade resets. The good thing about this is I can quit for a week and go do something else and come back to it. But I will, let's see, 1, 2, 3 more days, which would get me up to 1,600 trades, which it wouldn't be too bad. It wouldn't be 2,000 kind of like I'd like, unless I take an evening end or two and stream. I know I didn't stream Saturday either, but I ended up going out and about and around, and it was like 1 o'clock when I got home. 1:30 maybe. And it was one of those situations where it's like, eh. Did end up going and watching that live action Atlantis trailer again. And it was fun because someone actually did a side-by-side comparison between it and the animated trailer. It's like more or less spot on. Alright, 2 more, and then I'll be taking a quick break. Also, I have to laugh a little bit because apparently the Switch 2 has already been hacked, which is it's not that surprising. It's not surprising at all, really. They just fixed it to where if you get caught doing it, they're gonna lock you out of your Switch. Yeah, alright, last one before I reset. Yeah, no shiny this time either. those out. Open back up. Yes, I have the strap on. I've flung my Joy-Con at the TV one too many times to keep it off for more than a throw or two whenever I'm actively hunting Pokemon and not trading. Alright. I will be back in a couple of minutes. Relief. Also crackers. Also, I'm thinking about making cupcakes later. I apologize for snacking, but I'm kind of hungry. I counted that one twice. Or maybe just counted this one early. Club crackers are so good. Not exactly a cracker I would eat with peanut butter, I think. But I can eat Ritz by themselves as well, so. Went into a store once with Mama Blue and they sent me over to the cracker aisle to get Hi-Hos. Well, I'd never heard of Hi-Hos. I didn't realize they were talking about Ritz crackers. I legit thought Hi-Ho was the brand name. So I got weird looks when I told them I couldn't find any. Thought that was a school bus for half a second. It was not. School is out here. There we go. only have this. I have one cracker left after this one, so it's like, come on, out of the package. Alright, last one. Thought my water bottle was leaking for a second. Gotta be doing some jackhammering or something across the road. Because it sure sounds like it. Oh, excuse me. Yep, let's go again, my dude. Creeping ever closer to 1,000. Well, in this case, 1,001. So the latest batch of Pokemon Funko Pops includes Ceruledge. Edge. And it's just so funny because Funko Pops are kind of chibi anyways. So he's just this kind of chibi little guy. Nose itches just a little. Inside shell of my ear itches. I don't know why I said it that way. I could have said the inside of my ear itches and it would have been the same thing. I was about to make a comment about how much of a shame it was we never kind of had a Cubone as a main team member in the Pokemon anime before, but then I remembered Kiawe had one, and that I didn't watch the biggest majority of Sun and Moon. Of course, to be fair, at that point in time, I hadn't seen the biggest majority of most of the seasons after, like, Generation 4. Gen 5, I started. I watched the first 5 or 6 episodes of it, a smattering of episodes after. Same with Gen 6. Gen 6, I like going and rewatching the Pokemon League finals and stuff, just because those episodes are so prettily animated. I watched the first 3 to 4-ish episodes of the Gen 7 anime. And of course, an episode here and there of Gen 8, which wasn't really strictly Gen 8. Then of course I've hit that break, dude. Then of course I've seen a couple episodes from the current run from Horizons. Still hoping that during next month's present they announce a new series season. guess it's technically a mini series because it's not like they're 20 or 30 episodes long. Most of them now seem to be 3 or 4. I mean, Generations and was 3 episodes per generation, and we were up to Gen 6 by then, so that was just 18 episodes, I think. Then we had either Twilight Wings or Evolutions after. I think it was Twilight Wings. No, Evolutions. Because it covered... No? It was Twilight Wings. Evolutions came after. Because Evolutions had a plot spoiler. Then after that, it was Paldean... No. Hisuian Snow. Then Paldean Winds. And then we've not had another since, but we have had season 2 of Poketoons and a couple of other little shorts, like the Dragonite delivery one, which I kind of need to rewatch. So yeah, we're due for another series of shorts here soon. I do wish they would do something on Heat's expedition into Area Zero. That would be fascinating. Though, to be fair, the one thing I don't much care for about Heat's expedition is how little of it is actually covered. Because we get what we need plot-wise in the games. But the book is ye thick, though part of that might be because it's a hardback. I want, like, literal little episodes that cover them going down into Area Zero. Seeing the possible paradox Pokemon, or taking the pictures, or just more context. It'd be fun. Wonder if we'll get a Generations 2 for the 30th anniversary. Because I want to say Generations was for the 25th anniversary? I turn my head like I can see that poster. I can't see it because it's behind my it's behind my TV. Yeah, that was the 25th anniversary. They covered Gens 1 through 5. No, 1 through 6. No, that might have been the 20th anniversary. I mean, I can always go back and check. I'm not super worried about it, but it's just interesting. Yeah, Generations might have been 20th anniversary. Because Gen 7 wasn't included. Which means Gen 7 wasn't out yet. Because they kind of jumped to Gen 7 for the... Okay, yeah. Generations was 20th anniversary. It will be interesting, though, to see that if we do get a Generations 2 for the 30th anniversary, because if they followed kind of the same pattern, they could do another 3 episodes, and then if they did 3 of them, made Generation 10 the last 3 episodes, that could be 30 episodes, an episode per year. I doubt they will. We might get another mini-series for the 30th anniversary, but I doubt it will be 30 episodes worth of mini-series. Of course, that's just a series at that point. There's not anything mini about 30 episodes, even if they are just 5-minute episodes each. We got Pokemon Generations for the 20th anniversary too, I think. Pokemon Generations. Pokemon Origins. I remember watching that in Japanese, because it hadn't come out in the US yet. everybody taking that fight between between Red's Charmander and Blue's Squirtle and being like, "This is look at how realistic and violent this is." And it's like, no, honey, no. Read the manga, an old copy of the manga. Burf! She don't know what she's barking at. But in the old manga, an Arbok cut a Scyther in half. A Scyther cut an Arbok in half. Ain't nobody here. Nobody's pulled in. Yep. Think she's just huffing to huff. Okay. An hour and a half later. Sorry, it's kind of one of those things where you know how kids these days, they're always on their phones, and I'm having moments with my dad as of late where it's adults these days that are always on their phones. He'll say, "Oh, well, let's go do this," and then it's, "Oh, well, let's go do this, but first I want to finish watching this thing. I've only got 15 episodes left." It's like, "Dad, can we just pause it and go do this, and you can come home and watch it again?" And then we went and paid bills, and then we got home. "Oh, I have 5 more episodes of this, and then I'll go across and do my garden." And that was an hour and a half ago, because the one he was watching, a new one started up. I don't remember if I counted this one or not. It's like, Dad, you're turning into the youth dad. Get off your phone. Go play in your garden. Because it makes him happy. He did not. He enjoys going and working in his garden. It's like, "Old man, go work in your flowers. Go work in your vegetables. The flowers are in the backyard." And a little bit in the front. Ooh, I should share the hydrangea pictures with you guys eventually. Our hydrangea bush out on the side of the house is growing, and we have blue flowers, and we have pink flowers, and we have purple flowers. It's mostly blue with a small smattering of pink and a even smaller smattering of purple. But we got a nice little variety of flowers from the hydrangea this year. But dink! getting messages. Are they important messages? Ooh. I don't know because I can't find my mouse. Kinda. Hello, whoop, whoop, whoop. Are you a whooper? You an oopa? Yeah. Well, oopas are always welcome here. Let me check this last one. I don't figure it was shiny, but just in case. Alright, I should have 50 more of these guys to trade. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. I am 2 ahead. No, I'm trading with Genmar here, trying to get a shiny Alolan Marowak. I'm about a fourth of the way through this hunt. At some point in time in the future, I will probably be open up to trade with viewers because I'll need Pokemon from Let's Go Eevee, but that's later. Right now, it's just me and this old man. I'm half surprised she didn't want to go out and investigate. My dog thought she heard someone outside or something a few minutes ago and was huffing at the door. It's about a 50-50 coin cost to whether or not she'll want to go outside or she stays in. Yeah, I'd offer you help, but right now I don't have any of them. I put like almost all of my Pokemon in Pokemon Home the other day. But I am going to have to play the game at a later point for legendary hunting, so I will be trading for Let's Go Eevee Pokemon, at least the ones I need, which is mostly first stages, I think. Most of the first stages, Vulpix, Bellsprout, Vulpix and Bellsprout are the only ones I can remember. I already have a Pinsir, though I would of course be willing to trade someone a Scyther. There is another version exclusive here I am forgetting. Thank you for following. Very confused for a second why that trade hadn't progressed. There is. But yes, that will be at a later point after I have finished hunting in Pokemon. What else I need before the legendaries? But when that does happen, I will, of course, the title will reflect that I'm looking for people to trade with as I fill out my Pokedex for Pokemon Home. Because I need that shiny Meltan, even though you can't evolve it into a shiny Melmetal. It's so dumb. I hate that they've given us a Pokemon we can only evolve in Pokemon Go. Maybe in Gen 10. They'll put it in Gen 10 and it'll lose its legendary status. Whereas it's not really... I guess it's kind of a legendary, but... it doesn't have a home region. And, like, literally the, regional thing in the Pokemon Home and stuff tells you that Meltan is just a question mark as to where it comes from. Game Freak, you just had to make it hard to shiny hunt, didn't you? Of course, I guess, you know, I can't complain about Meltan when Gimmighoul exists. It's very weird that you cannot... okay, it's not that weird, but I hate that you can't shiny hunt it any way other than the raids, which are not continuously active. Hopefully when Scarlet and Violet's time comes and they stop updating the raids and stuff, they will unlock the Gimmighoul raids so people can shiny hunt for it. Otherwise, you guys really just need to unlock the shiny form in-game. Because Gimmighoul is a fixed encounter. And the shiny charm does not work on it. You can't spawn new ones in. You have to time skip and wait for them to respawn. Which makes it like Spiritomb. Bless you, person who invited me to the shiny Gimmighoul raids and told me that we could redo it as many times as I needed. Bless you. Otherwise, I'd probably still be in Gimmighoul hunting hell. Now that I've taken a few weeks from not having any lemonade, I should get me some lemonade again soon. Yeah. Ooh. If I could get my neck to pop, like right there, that'd be lovely. I agree with this post I saw. This person was like, I bet there's a moment when people are strung up between horses and they're pulling them apart where it feels really good. I agree, and that moment probably lasts about 2 seconds, depending on how fast the horses are pulling you apart. I need someone to hitch me up between like 2 to 4 horses and just pull everything in opposite directions very slowly and gently so I sound like a bowl of Rice Krispies. I feel like that would solve half my problems. It'd probably create about 50 more. I cut my finger yesterday at work. I broke a thing, an extra thing. Why they had two of this thing, I don't know. Which the boss was okay, you know. Sorry, I knocked this thing off the shelf while getting an extra Coke out to put in the fridge. I broke it. You're fine. I nicked my finger picking it up just enough on a little curved piece to make it bleed. And then, 15 minutes later, I cracked my head against the shelf in the pantry. So it's like, son of a... Whooper abandoned me. They left. Shall never see them again. That's fine. I don't mind. It's all Gucci. Okay, so this means I have about 45 left. That's a 45 and 4,000 and something odds. 12, 24, 36, 30, 32. What? So I am... should be 31, so I'm what, 2 behind? That's close enough. I can adjust as I get closer to, and my brain's not melting trying to do math for some reason. I hate it when my brain does that. Just some days it just does not want to cooperate with math. And I'll say it right now, I was never the super, super, super smart algebra kid, but I was, at one point in time, like, one of the highest kids in class when it came to just the general basics. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. I could do some of those faster than some of the, like, honors kids could, and then they started throwing letters in, and, it was over. Guys, I still don't know where finding the square root of 42 is coming in handy in my life, or being able to do some of the longer algebra equations. Now my dad can do most of that stuff in his head. He's a carpenter. Being able to do all the math and stuff on angles is what he knows how to do, because it's what he needs to know how to do. I don't imagine I'm ever going to be a carpenter. I don't trust my fingers around saws. Now this could of course possibly change in the next 3 years. And 4 years from now I could just be Handy Manny. Or whatever female version of Handy Mandy there might be. Hi guys, this is Handy Mandy. Handy Manny's assistant. Remember that when that cartoon came out. I think most of the nieces and nephews were old enough by then, though, that they weren't really interested in it. So, my niece and nephew were, for a decent amount, mostly PBS kids. Sesame Street, Clifford, Dragon Tales. I want to say Zaboomafoo, but I don't think that one was there. Yeah, no. No best views. No best views. No, not shiny. Okay, let's get them going. Where is my thing? There we go. They are banned. Let's get rid of that there. Alright, give me just a second. Gotta make it bigger so I can see. When my, when Heretic Ninja isn't popping out of the woodwork to ban them for me. Get this finished, maybe go make a cake in a little while, or maybe do that tomorrow morning, so I'm not heating up the house. I need to track down the last set of Spider-Verse comics, like the main Spider-Verse stuff where, what is the end of the Spider-Verse? Because I managed to find Spider-Verse, and I managed to find Spider-Geddon, which for whatever reason was hidden by under like 150 pages of a mixture of new and old Spider-Verse introduction comics. It was still good fun to read though. So now I just need to find the end of Spider-Verse, edge of Spider-Verse. I found the Spider-Verse one where it's just Spider-Zero flinging Miles through the Spider-Verse as well, looking for Anna Marie? For the, Web Weaver from Spider-Geddon. So now I need the one with the, Evil Wasp people. Maybe I'll be able to find that one this evening. It's got to be there somewhere. I'm just not finding the right book. So I am 3 behind. I should hopefully be streaming more my normal time tomorrow. I don't know, maybe I'll have it in me to do a set of 300. So I have days this week I can stream, unless I stream in the evenings. If I could do 300 on each day, that would get me up to 1,000, 1,900 in one by the end of it. If I had a separate Switch, I would be SOL, because I wouldn't have the save file on the or it'd probably be a Switch Lite, so I couldn't attach it to the thing and play it anyway, so it wouldn't matter. But if I had the Pro Controller and could do it, I would totally have this in the background, just the Pro Controller continuously trading while I played something else in the foreground. But I can't do that because I don't have a second capture card. Or a second splitter. I'm sorry, I don't have a Alakazam. At least not in my boxes right now. I put all the Pokemon more or less that wasn't on my team or the Pokemon I'm trading into Pokemon Home a couple of weeks ago. So I don't have an Alakazam, I'm sorry. You're connecting to my channels. Which one did you disconnect from? My thing's being dumb. No, I don't need to be here. I just want... Yeah, both my chats are fine. Is this a separate thing? Yes, it is. Alright. But yes, I'm sorry. I don't have a Alakazam I could trade you. Or a Kadabra I could trade you, so it could evolve into an Alakazam. He's not at the moment. You're also not the first person in asking me about trades. Not right now, but at a later point in time, I will probably be doing trades. Because I'll have to do some trades to get Pokemon from Let's Go Eevee. But that's just not right now. And I can't guarantee it will be anytime soon, just depending on how long this hunt and my next handful of hunts take. Because this is a full odds hunt, which means it could take anywhere from the next 15 minutes to the next probably couple of weeks. Hopefully it doesn't take the next couple of weeks. If I have to spend a month shiny hunting this Alolan Marowak, I'm gonna cry. I'd say it would legit be faster to hunt. Actually, no, it would probably legit be almost faster to hunt it in Sun or Moon. Neither of which I have a shiny charm in, because for some reason in my copy of Moon, I think the one Pokemon for some reason that did not take in my Pokedex was like Sylveon. I could probably fix that fairly quickly. Oh no, I couldn't. I don't have anything to trade with. Shoot. Actually, that should be 89 because there was 12 left. No. No, that should be 90. Hallelujah that Game Freak aren't wanting Pokemon Pokedexes with the marks from the, like, earlier Pokemon games. And I mean the Game Boy. Well, you can't get anything from the properly from the Game Boy. You could do it through Red and Blue and stuff from the or from buying it on the 3DS, but you can't get them actually from Red and Blue because transferability stopped at Gen 3. Okay, so we're lucky they don't want anything from, like, the Gen 3 games, the Gen 4 games, the Gen 5 games. Anything from the DS and the 3DS. Though I would be curious to see what mythicals they would hand out for those. Let's see, Gen 3 would be Jirachi, maybe? Though I think Jirachi might technically be a Gen 4 Pokemon. I remember it being out in Gen 3 because of the movie, but I think it's a Gen 4 Pokemon. Yeah, it is a Gen 4 Pokemon. Victini. Then there's just the entire trio of mythicals from Gen 6. We actually have the mythical from Gen 7 and Zoroark. Gen 8 is Zarude, which has not been handed out shiny, I don't think. We got the Dada Zarude one with the cape around its neck, but I think that's about it. And then Magearna, who's what people think is the shiny. The original color palette Magearna is not shiny Magearna. Shiny Magearna actually is like Ultra Ball colored, I think. Game Freak, can we have an alternate way to get shiny Mew, please? I'm in one of the worst spots ever for Pokemon Go. Oh, excuse me. It would take me 6 years to complete a Kanto Pokedex here, probably. So my phone just kind of sucks. I don't know how well Pokemon Go would go on my phone. I deleted Pokemon Go, like 2 years ago. I had it on my phone long enough to get the roaming Gimmighoul forms, and that was literally the only reason I had it on my phone for that long. Well, that and the Furfrou forms, but, I guess next time they release a Pokemon that you can only get one form on in Pokemon Go, I'll have to re-download it. Like I did for the Furfrou. The distributions like that are fun, but they are so janky when you get a form of, like, a Pokemon that can legit only be found in one place. Like, you guys gotta fix it to where every once in a while these things show up in other countries. I remember how big a thing it was getting a Pharaoh form Furfrou and the Lorraine form? The other kind of Egypty form? Just any of the, like, super fancy Furfrous. Thank God I had some extra shiny Pokemon, because I think I got most of the other Furfrous with shiny Pokemon. Hopefully, with Legend ZA, we will be able to transfer them shiny and they'll keep their fur trims. Also, kind of hopefully with Legend ZA, they give us a couple of new cuts just for fun. Give us like 3 new cuts, one for each, inspired by each new generation. And look, I know Paldea is based more on Spain and not like Mexico, but my brain was just like, yes, we need a frou-frou in a mariachi hat. I don't remember the proper name for those hats. I'm sorry. Look, my favorite frou-frou form is literally the one where she's in a poofy hat. Debutante? No, I think the debutante one is the pink one. But I need to get that one and then the dapper one. The one where it's in a top hat instead. Hey, I hit 1,000! I didn't want to hit 1,000. I was hoping I would get it before 1,000. Scooch that over so it fits. Alright, that's my last trade for today. I will be back tomorrow to trade at least 200 more. I might do an extra batch tomorrow if I can manage to get the stream started at the proper time. So I hope everybody who lives here in the US has a good evening. If you're in the LA area with current goings on with the protests and whatnot, please do your best to stay safe. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.